Good morning. I'm making this video because to write everything out I'm going to say would take entirely too long, and this is going to be a little more effective. I brought my bike in to Werner's House of Horsepower on a Thursday morning after making an appointment a week or two in advance to get an insurance estimate on my bike from being wrecked for some other guy hitting it. And this is actually the last time I actually spoke with you, Dustin, was when I stood in your shop with you and asked you if you were interested in doing an estimate for this wrecked motorcycle, and you said yes. You knew that this would be an insurance deal, so I'm not sure why you said I'm trying to screw you, but you knew this was an insurance estimate. So one, you knew you would get paid either directly from the insurance company, or I would pay you and then get reimbursed by the insurance company. So I'm not really sure where that comes from. And to this date, I still don't have an accurate estimate. That's what I was looking for, is an estimate. And you had also mentioned that you said that I have two estimates that I was not happy with. And that's not correct. I'd never said that. Up to this date, today, I still don't have an estimate. The only one that I've got is from you that's about half there. I think you just kind of gave up on it because you didn't care about it. I'm not really sure why. I did get one offer from that guy's insurance company that they lowballed it, and that's the only offer they're going to make. So of course I wasn't happy with that. So what I've had to do is hire my insurance company to sue them, and my insurance company requires an estimate, which I still don't have. I'm hoping to get one today from another company because I've pretty much gave up on your company to do that, which I'm sure you're happy with that. So I don't have two estimates. I don't have one estimate at this point, and it's been 3 months. This was on Labor Day weekend when this wreck occurred. But a month at least with you guys. So that's incorrect. When I talked to you in your shop, I told you that day when you said you would do the estimate, I said when I get the estimate and we get a settlement, then I will buy all of my parts from you. You'll make your money off of that. And you said fine. You never did tell me that you were going to charge me for the estimate, which I don't have a problem with paying an estimate from you or anybody else. I don't expect you to work for free. I certainly don't, so that's not even an issue. What surprised me is when I went to go pick my bike up, there was an invoice for $120 for the estimate, which I just simply didn't have the money on me at that time. I thought that you would have rolled the price of that estimate into the parts that I was going to buy from you. Maybe I should have asked that. Maybe that was my mistake. I think your lack of communication started at that point from the last time I talked to you in your shop. You never told me that there was going to be a charge for it. So I guess that is what it is. And if I would have paid that invoice bill the day that I picked up my bike, how long has that been? 3-4 weeks ago? What good would it have done? The estimate still wasn't done then either, and it's not done up to this point. So what would I have been paying for? Nothing. Did you miss things on the estimate? Absolutely you did. I don't think you missed them. I just think you didn't care about it. You missed the bent handlebars, you missed the messed up grips, the scraped up pipes, the banged in gas tanks, the paint. It's just all the obvious stuff. I don't know how you missed those things. So I'm not sure how or why you think I'm trying to screw you when, number one, you knew you would get paid by the insurance company, and then several weeks later, after I finally got a hold of trying to make several phone calls to Werner's House of Horsepower and still haven't talked to you to this point, you wouldn't take my calls, you wouldn't return my calls, you forced me basically to talk to the front guy, which was a third person. So yeah, it's going to get a little crazy when you don't accept any calls. I'm trying to talk to you about finding out where we're at on this. If you're not in the shop, then hire or have one of your guys take care of this while you're gone. I shouldn't have to wait 3 weeks to get something that you expected me to pay for when my bike was picked up. And I could have paid you probably later that day if it was done. But to this date, it's still not done. So the other part of that is when I did call your guy up front there, and I said, look, where are we at on this estimate? I need to get this so I can get this insurance deal moving. I'm tired of having a wrecked bike. He said, give me your fax number. Let me fax it over to you. I said, do you accept payment over the phone? He said, yes. So he said, let me fax you over the estimate. I said, before you fax it over to me, let me give you my credit card number and you run it and let's get it paid first and then fax it over to me. He said fine. Ran the card, everything was good, And then about 10 minutes later, he faxed over a copy of the invoice, which I asked him to do because I needed to submit that to the insurance company to get reimbursed for it. He sent over that, and then 10 minutes later, he called and said, "What else do you need?" Well, I need the estimate, and that was what I was paying for. He said, "Well, I found one, but it doesn't look like it was done." So what are you upset about that I didn't pay that invoice when I went to go pick my bike up? The estimate was not even done then. So I don't know how you think I'm trying to screw you. And for you to call me names on this public forum kind of tells me what you think of your customers. I would never do that with my customers. I've been in business 16 years. Hell, I love my customers. So I'm not sure where you're coming at from this situation. All I wanted to do was get an accurate estimate on my wrecked motorcycle so I could turn that in to my insurance. And to this date, I still don't have one. I have gone to another company last week, and I'm hoping to get that insurance estimate today.